Hey new parents, I'm Brian and welcome to the Dad Life. Today I'm checking out the new Ember Baby Bottle System that launched about a year and a half ago. And I was honestly pretty surprised to see Ember getting into the baby care game with this product because I've known Ember as a smart mug company and I've used their mugs for almost 7 years now. So I was pretty intrigued. If you're not familiar with Ember, Ember was one of the first smart mug companies where they use a heating plate to intelligently keep coffee or tea inside of their smart mugs at a constant temperature that you can set. And they also have a mobile app that you can look at all of the different settings and set those temperature settings for yourself. So at face value, I could see how this smart temperature tech that they have could be translatable to warming up baby bottles, which is obviously what they're thinking as well. The Ember Smart Mugs run about $150 each, and this system is priced at $300, twice as much as those mugs. So I'm really curious to see if there's anything unique about this system that really justifies that price point. Again, I was really intrigued by this product and optimistic that it would be useful and cool, but I haven't really seen any reviews on YouTube yet, so I decided to get it myself and try it out. First impressions. Now this price point is pretty high for a baby bottle warmer, and they are definitely positioning this as a premium baby product versus something like the Mom Cozy portable bottle warmer, which is about $80, I want to say, and does very similar things. The build quality of this is really nice, and it does feel like a premium product, so they do get that right. It's got, really solid construction. The plastic materials, the finishes are really smooth. It matches the quality that I would expect from Ember, having owned one of their coffee mugs before, and it's also very similar in types of quality. It feels really solid in your hand, and it's quite small and compact, so it is portable, and that's something that you can also keep in mind. There are LEDs on the main heating puck, and this is a nice touch to tell you kind of what the status of the device is, whether it's charging, how much heating time is left, and also the pairing process. And to start heating, all you have to do is put the bottle on top and then double tap this button on the front, and it'll start to go through the heating process. So it should be pretty simple to use. I will also add that this system does come with 2 bottles. It comes with a thermal dome that will basically insulate, and so you can put this on top of the product like this, and it claims that it will cool or keep the bottle cool for a few hours. And it also does come with some replaceable nipples, so size 1, size 2, and size 3, and they come with 2 each. So as your baby grows and as they're able to take more flow, you can adjust. And these are proprietary bottles and nipples, so you can't use a different nipple with these, and I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. So there are some nice touches with this system. It comes with compatible collars for the Dr. Brown wide bottles and also the Philips Avent bottle systems. And I guess if you ever wanted to use these collars on those bottles and just keep the same nipples, you could do that, but you can't use the Dr. Brown bottles on the heating element, so it's kind of one-way compatibility. There's also a magnetic attachment between the bottle and the puck, which is a nice touch so that the bottle doesn't fall off easily and it's easy to connect. It seems like the magnet is probably inside of here, and then there's some sort of steel or magnetic material inside of here that will then pull these together. I like that sound. And the magnetic pull to attach the bottle to the base feels good. It's not too strong, it's not too weak, so that's also a really nice design affordance, and they designed that well. So after checking this out, it's time to pair the product with my phone, and let's get started. I have the instructions, and basically charge the puck. I've done that, and then the next step is download the Ember app, follow the in-app instructions to pair the puck to your smart device. Okay. I've downloaded the app, and now I'm going to get it started. Let's put this aside. I have the puck. It's already in pairing mode. I'll turn it off just so it starts fresh. Here is the app. All right. And then I'm going to set up a new device. Please enable the access. Sure. Enter pairing mode, press and hold the power button located on the bottom of the mug, or puck, I guess. I have the blue dot. I only have an option to pair a mug. I'm not sure what's going on here. see if there's a different app. Dating Ember Baby. Here we go. Okay, so I had the wrong app. Let's give this a shot. Alright, well, I guess the first thing is they should probably clarify it's the Ember Baby app, although I see the logo here, but I thought that was just the color scheme. Okay. Alright, well now I'm going to set up a new device. Pair device. Okay, this is good. Unable to update the firmware. Please reboot the smart plug by holding down the power button until you see 3 green flashing LEDs and try updating the firmware again. I honestly don't know what's going on right now. Alright, I am not going to spend more time on this. This is ridiculous. Now, having designed products like this before, I wanted to go to their documentation to see if they have any tips or tricks, and they don't. And then I went to their help documentation, and it looks like they use Facebook Messenger as a way to contact their customer support team. So I did that, and I contacted them, asking them if they have any tips or tricks. And all I received from them was a random numeric code that did not make any sense and didn't have any context around it. And I haven't received any other response from them. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Now, I can't believe that I'm the only one experiencing these issues. The reviews that I've been able to find online have been quite polarized. Either very good, 5 stars, or very bad, 1 star. And digging a bit deeper, the 5-star ratings, their descriptions all describe the product features and benefits as like marketing materials, but it feels like they're just stating those materials and those features and they haven't actually used the product yet. That's kind of strange. The 1-star reviews all say that the app rarely connects to the product and it doesn't work. And I'm starting to agree with the people that have left 1-star reviews at this point. So, since I can't even get the product to work the way it's supposed to, I'm gonna have to pivot and focus just on what I can see and what their marketing materials say about the product. Like I was saying before, the dome itself is claimed to keep the milk cool for 4 hours, and they don't give any guidance for what that actually means, at what temperature is it cool and all that kind of stuff. And from the other video over here where I found out that a popular milk cooler doesn't actually keep milk below the recommended temperature, I'm actually a little bit skeptical to see if this actually keeps milk cool, since there isn't a cooling mechanism in this. This is just an insulating material. It is pretty thick, so I think it can do some thermal insulation. But what does cool mean? Under 40 degrees Fahrenheit, like the CDC states on their breast milk storage guidelines? They don't really say anything in their documentation, so it's just a little bit strange. One of the other things, so just again, because I can't actually use this, so the bottle unscrews into 3 separate pieces. So if I take the lid off, the cap and also the bottom heating element, these parts all come apart. Now, if you can see here, the heating element is an aluminum rod sticking up through the bottom of the base, which means that the milk inside of this is in direct contact with the aluminum heating element. Interesting choice, right? This is probably the first product where I've seen the milk in direct contact with a heating element. I've done a little bit of research around this to see if aluminum gives off any aluminum ions or if that might have any negative effects on the milk. I haven't found anything definitive. There are a lot of rumors and other things, but I want to give you scientifically based information where possible. So there's nothing scientifically saying that this isn't safe. I think it's up to you whether or not you want to trust that. I don't know. I haven't seen any other products do this, and it's just an interesting design. The other interesting thing is that they use retractable charging pins on the base that contact the electrical traces underneath the bottle. Now, these types of pins are notorious for failing after multiple uses. I'm talking maybe hundreds of uses. But once one of these 3 pins fails, it won't actually contact the 3 traces that all need to be in contact in order for it to charge and to be used and heated. So once one of these fails, the entire thing fails. And I've had similar experiences with the Casper light. It's a glow light that also uses almost the identical same type of design. And after about 6 months to a year, one of their pins failed and they would not replace it. And this is not something that you can easily fix. You have to go and replace the entire thing in order to get it to work again. I would have thought for a company like Ember that they would just using a magnet inductive charging technology in order to connect these 2 parts together, and that would have been a lot safer and with less moving parts. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting is that in their documentation, they recommend replacing the nipples, these replaceable nipples, after 2 months of use. I haven't seen any other manufacturer also recommend that. And it says only to hand wash them, and it does not clearly state that you can sterilize these parts regularly. It does state to avoid using high temperatures, which I can only assume at this point is that they don't want you to regularly sterilize the parts. And it does say to sterilize for 5 minutes in boiling water initially, but with no guidance after that. The other interesting thing is that it doesn't look like the bottles are designed to come with an anti-colic feature built into it, like the Dr. Brown bottles that have that green stem, or other bottles that kind of have it integrated into the cap design or the lid design. They don't state anything about this, and so it's another consideration that you'll want to think about before getting this. Maybe this is something that will come later, but it's quite an important feature for many parents that tend to look for this kind of feature inside of a baby bottle. Now, this one's a little bit minor, but I think it's worth mentioning. So there is one usability concern that is a little bit annoying. When I was trying to unscrew the lid right here, the cover actually envelops the entire collar and then it spins along the collar. So in order to take off the lid, you actually have to take off this part and then you can start to unscrew the lid. Now, this is quite different from other baby bottles where the lid doesn't completely cover the collar. It kind of connects to the top of it, so you can kind of unscrew the lid and the cap at the same time. And this is an area maybe where they focus too much on the aesthetic design of this versus the actual functional or practical aspect of using this. So, in conclusion, especially for people that want to warm bottles quickly because of crying babies, would I recommend this product? No, not yet. I think that with some critical updates to the product, the system, it has the potential to become something really interesting, and at its current price point of $300, there's no way that I could ever justify recommending this to anyone, especially since the product doesn't even reliably pair to my phone, which is one of the first things you have to do in order to use the product. And again, this wasn't just my experience, but of many others that have left reviews online. Given that this product was released over a year and a half ago, and basic things like pairing to a phone have not been addressed or fixed yet, I don't have a lot of confidence that this is a priority for Ember, or this means that the technical challenges are so complex with the design and architecture of the product that it might take a lot longer before these things can be addressed. So if you're looking for easy ways to warm up your bottles, I would stick to products that have a better track record of working safely and reliably, like the Philips Avent bottle warmer or the Mom Cozy portable bottle warmer, which you can get for a fraction of the cost. Man, I was really hoping for a different result with this experience, but if anyone from Ember wants to add a comment below about how to address these issues, I'd really welcome that. And also, if anyone has gotten this product to work, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below as well. But for me, right now, I'm gonna go pack this up and return this. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on The Dad Life.